So when we talk about software development lifecycle, we are talking about how software is built, right? And before we dig into the software, we'll use common sense approach. Take an example of how your house is built, right? When you look at, you may not have an experience of giving and buying a house, maybe, right? But your parents may have done it, or even you may have done it. I don't know. So take an example. When I went in Atlanta, I bought this, plot, and my builder told that I'm going to construct this house. So there are two approaches, right? One is what we call it, start from scratch. You do completely everything by yourself. But reality is you rarely build everything from scratch, because in majority of the cases, there is some boilerplate template available. And when I say boilerplate template, means you simply reuse somebody's design and you modify the design. Right? You go through 10, 20 designs and say, you know what, I want one puja room in my on the main floor, right, near my living room. I want my washer and dryer on the top floor. Those are some of the modifications you do it. But in general, when you are constructing a 4-bedroom house in the US, right, you know more or less floor plan, because you have seen 15, 20 floor plans, or maybe 10 floor plans your builder shows to you, and you pick one of the floor plan and you customize it, right? So you pick what I call it, pick a boilerplate, and then you customize it. Correct? That's the reality. So when you do this at a high level, the builder, before even you do pick this boilerplate design, right, your builder asks, what's your requirement? At a high level, this is in fact B. The A is honestly, I should have written here. It's just you talk about your requirement. Correct? Right? In fact, before you talk about requirement, again, I will say you talk about step 0, you talk about your idea or vision. Say, hey, we are going to raise a family. We'll have 1 or 2 kids. We need 1 room. My parents sometimes visit. I want, something, at a high level, I need at least 3 bedroom, 2 bath, or 4 bedroom, 2 bath. Maybe I need a basement because, Atlanta is in the winter, it's cold. You can't go out, and all that part. You talk about at a high level idea, and you also have some budget in mind, because just everything you can get in life, but it has to be within a given time and within budget. Right? That's another reality. So if you look at that way, what I call it a triangle, right? You have budget, you have your scope, and you have your time. Right? Remember this. What I call it, golden triangle. And this golden triangle is philosophy of my life too, honestly. Anytime I have to make some decision, I always go around these 3 points. Say, okay, how much time you have? Take an example. In some cases, budget may or may not be appropriate. But in general, if you notice it, when I say budget, means cost or price, right? You can achieve everything in life. When you say everything in life, that's your scope. You want to be Bill Gates, you want to be, anyone for that matter. That's your scope. But then you look at it, how much time you are available and how much money you are willing to pay for that same thing. And it applies everywhere in life. If you just pay close attention, you will realize that ultimately any decision revolves around these 3 things. Take an example. You are, biking to your college, for you, Priya, right? You're biking to your college and you realize it's taking too much of time. Then you want to, reach faster. You have to pay more money and buy a car. If you don't want to spend more money, then you have to spend more time. It's as simple as that everywhere. So anytime you talk about building a house and all, how much time you have available? Suppose you can say, oh, I have a lot of time. I have 2 years. Then you can hire just 1 or 2 people who will construct your house very slowly, and it will be under budget. But if you want to fast in 3 months, then you have to spend more money on the people. You have to acquire more material immediately. That will shoot up your cost. If you want to add 1 more bedroom, then you have to either cut down, increase time. If you keep the budget fixed, so any one factor, if you fix, other 2 factors will change. Suppose you fix your budget, then you have to either spend more time or you cut down on your scope. Suppose you increase your scope, then either time has to be more, or more person has to be added. That means it will increase your cost. Right? So this triangle always applies in majority of the cases. Same thing applies with when you talk about software development or you building a house. That I want, your idea is that you want a mansion, right, on an island. Sure, you spend more money because your scope is nothing but list of tasks. The scope is you want to build a mansion on an island. If that is the case, you want Italian marble. Sure, yeah. You want to either have a lot of time in your hand, then you can bring stone by stone from Italy, or you want to finish in 6 months, then pay more cost. You may have to hire your own ship and bring all the stones because you want to finish it within the time. And I'm going to refer this concept of time, scope, and cost or budget in the case of software development also. But right now, think purely from building a house. You have an idea, you have certain budget in mind, you also have some time in mind, right? You want to finish it in 3 months, 6 months, whatever you call it. So what you do is you hire a contractor, because you're not going to build everything. You don't have all the skills. So you hire a contractor. Contractor comes and you give him idea about your budget. Contractor says, give me some more details, right? Then you say, oh, I have 3 bedroom, 3 bedroom, one should be master bedroom, should master, bath, and this type of things, that type of things. All the details you throw is, what you call it, requirements, right? The requirement is nothing but an expanded version of your vision or idea. Then from that requirement, this guy goes and comes up with some of the design. Does he always create a brand new design? Not really. He has already done the work 20 places. He brings one design and he give it to you and say, after listening your requirement, he'll go through and narrows down the design that he knows that it will fit your. It's like you go to a shop, you want to buy a salwar suit. I give example based on my wife's and my sister's experience going with her, right? After showing you few saris and few salwar and suit, they know that the shopkeeper knows that you are gonna buy this type of things because he has experience. He knows what type of things to show you. Similarly, this guy contractor shows you different type of design, and you pick one, and then he starts customizing, and he say, yeah, okay. Finally, you confirm your design, say, okay, this is what I want to build it. Then he goes, so let's call it A, let's call this is B, let's call this C. Then D is you go and you say, okay, he does the, after high level design, he starts the construction, right? So in construction, and he has already given you cost because he knows by now that you are trying to finish in 6 months and you have so much of a scope. So it's going to cost you so much of money. If you say, no, I can't go so much, I can't spend so much of money, then you will say, okay, reduce 1 bedroom. Or you will say, let's take more time. I can't do it in 6 months. I can do phase 1 in 6 months, and phase 2, we will do some additional things in phase 2 because, maybe after summer I will do it because in summer I'm very busy and I'm, earning more. I'm trying to earn more money. Once in the winter, I don't have much work. I'll come and finish your work. So now he's going to buy more time. So that negotiation happens, and ultimately he does the construction. After the construction, you go and do quality check, right? You say, or you periodically do quality check. Say, okay, let me check if my house is coming well. I mean, every phase or every phase of the project, you go and check. If, suppose he has done, the foundation, you go and check the foundation. You say, okay, sometimes you go even check at the level of quality of cement he's using, quality of, concrete he's putting and all that part. It depends what type of quality check you want to do. But usually when he's building foundation, you do a quality check. Then he creates a structure, you do another quality check. He does the roofing, you go and check another quality check. Like this, you do quality check at every phase. And finally, he says, okay, this house is ready. And, you are going to say, okay, sign off. And you're going to say, accept it, right? Accept. And then you accept, you sign off, and then you start living, you settle the bills, and you're ready to live. The whole software development lifecycle exactly was the same model.